Hello and welcome to livealittlehigher.com. Today I want to talk about the inanimate, vegetation, animal, and the human kingdom. Which one is higher? For sure we're going to say the human, for sure, there's no question. Okay, maybe now, but what is the root? Okay, so the Alter Rebbe in Torah's Or, page 86, has a mimer, Vayigash elav Yehuda. So the verse, what it's saying is, Yehuda approached Joseph. We know from the Torah, from the Chumash, that Joseph was the viceroy of the Pharaoh in Egypt, and he was taking Benjamin, his brother, as a slave, and Yehuda had promised his father that he would protect him. So Joseph is higher, Yehuda is lower, and Yehuda is approaching Joseph, not even knowing that he's his brother. This really represents the story of the Jewish people, and we're talking about the coming of Mashiach. Why? The kingdoms of the Jewish people were divided in two. One is Israel, the other one is Yehuda. Israel is from the side of Joseph. We know that Yehuda ruled over two tribes. Israel ruled over 10 tribes. So Israel was higher, was more important. Both are going to have a Mashiach. We're going to have first Mashiach ben Yosef, and after that is we're going to have Mashiach ben David. Interesting. One first, the other one second. It looks like it's more important. Let's talk about the temple. There were two temples. First we have the Mishkan that was in the desert, and the Mishkan was made mainly out of wood. The temple was mainly made out of stone. I would say that completely out of stone. Very little of wood, and the wood was covered, was never exposed. There are four kingdoms: inanimate, the vegetation, animal, and human. What is interesting is that the inanimate is responsible, the minerals are responsible for the growth of vegetation. Vegetation is responsible for the growth of the animal kingdom, and the animal and the vegetation and the mineral are responsible for the growth of the human race. So each one is feeding from the other one. But you don't see the animals feeding from the humans or the plants feeding from the animals. It's the other way around. So how something that is lower can sustain something that is higher? That doesn't make sense. So we need to understand what is the root, why it has this capacity. Another question that is interesting is, what was created first? The heaven or the earth? So if we go to the Talmud, to Hagiga, page 12a, we'll see, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And in a different verse it says, on the day He created earth and heaven. So what was first? It's contradictory, these two verses. So what we need to understand is that there are two things. One is what is thought first, and second, what is created first. So sometimes you say, I want to do this. I want to go and have lunch. But to be able to go and have lunch, you need to go to the restaurant, or you need to prepare food. So you're doing the going into the restaurant, but your intent is to eat food. The same way Hashem wanted to create the earth. To be able to create the earth, He needed to create heaven. Because this is the system. There's different worlds, higher worlds, lower worlds, and this world that is the lowest, it needed to come through having first Asilut, Beria, Yetzira, and Asiya, to have our world here. So the root of earth, of inanimate, it is higher. And it has something incredible, that it has a capacity to create something from nothing. It is called ex nihilo, which is bringing yesh me'ayin, something from nothing. So to be able to understand now, the Mishkan, which was a temporary dwelling, it had inanimate, vegetative, animal, and the humans came in there. While a permanent dwelling, which is the temple, is made out of stone, inanimate. So we're beginning to see that inanimate has a much higher power. Why? So if we see domain, which is inanimate, is compared to Malchut. Malchut is kingdom. So in the different worlds, Asilut, Beria, Yetzirah, and Asiya, the highest, which is Asilut, we have 10 different Sefirot, which is Chokhmah, Bina, Dat, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzachot, Yesod, and Malchut. Malchut, which is the lowest of them, which is kingdom, is related to domain, to inanimate. While the Midot, which is Sa, is connected, is higher. So we are going to see that in the future, right now, the Malchut is feminine and the Midot are masculine. So masculine is higher, Midot, which is feminine, is lower. In the world to come, when we have the coming of Mashiach in Olam Haba, feminine is going to become more important. So Malchut is going to be more important than Sa'ah, which is the Midot, because it has a different root, a higher root. So to understand the earth is so bitul, is so nullified, that people walk on them and it doesn't say anything. So if you compare minerals or earth to plants, you see that plants grow. Animals, they not only grow, they have a way of talking, of communicating. And humans, for sure, we're called medaber, the one who talks. So the more that you grow, the more that you talk, you have a bigger sense of existence. While minerals, they don't have a sense of existence because they're nullified. So whatever is nullified is closer to Hashem, is closer to the root, is closer to being one with the Creator. The humans are so independent that they feel that maybe God doesn't exist. They're no creator, they created themselves. While minerals are so connected to Hashem that they feel a total nullification. So Yosef is the level of domain, vegetative, which is the level of Sa, Midot of Asilut, which is masculine. Yehuda is the level of Someah, which is inanimate. Why? It's interesting. Because Yehuda comes from Hoda'ah. Hoda'ah is to give thanks. And to give thanks is to nullify yourself. Is to understand that there's something giving you something. You become less, you become humble. And by being humble, you're reflecting exactly the same root as Someach or inanimate. So today Yosef is higher. In the future, Yehuda will be higher. So in the future, not only that, it will be higher, but Yosef will unite with Yehuda, and with that we will bring the coming of Mashiach. And we will have Olam Haba. So I hope you have a beautiful and a blessed week, and remember, live a little higher. Thank you.